What's up, everybody? This is Michael, and I'm back with another video. Now, I wanted to give myself a little time to complete these last 4 or 5 books before I made another video, because I wanted to, put more time and effort into telling you guys about what I've read and stuff like that. So today I'll be talking with you guys about 4 books that got me started in the science fiction category, the science fiction genre. I'm sorry. Now I know it's like more subgenres in there. So from like just a general standpoint, I will just be going over these 4 books that basically introduced me to science fiction. Basically giving you the perspective of like a newbie in this genre. So I appreciate you guys for watching my video, and let's get started. Actually, now let's get started. The first book I have for you guys is The Martian by Andy Weir. And what I did was I went on Goodreads, and I just went to the science fiction section, and they have a long list of books that that are science fiction, and I scrolled through a lot of them, and then I picked which ones I'd like that I would like to read, and The Martian was one of them. And also I heard a lot of people, other people, really had a good things to say about this book. They made a movie out of it, which I did not check out yet. I did that on purpose because I wanted to read the book before I checked out the film. But this is overall a good book. Now, I've seen other people's reviews on how to review like science fiction, and they include like world building and other things like that. I am not that far yet. I'm not that seasoned yet. So I'm going to tell you that this was a good book that I learned a few things for someone who's not the most, I don't know what I'm trying to say. Basically, all his tasks at hand, you didn't have to be you didn't have to work for NASA to understand all the things he has to do. Like they did a good job of dumbing it down for someone who may not be as informed with space, or I'm trying to find the right word to say, but like you could be a beginner and still understand everything in this book. And it's funny. I like the going back and forth between perspectives, Earth's perspective and his perspective while he's stuck on Mars. So that's basically the plot of the book is I forget his name, but the main character, he gets basically he's on a mission to Mars with a crew. But he gets left by the crew because they think he's dead, and after an accident. And so he spends the next maybe year or 2 or so trying to survive and stretch his resources as to what he has to ultimately make his way back to Earth. And it was a pretty good book. So this book had me looking up everything Andy Weir has written, and I had to add a few of his to my TBRs, but I will check out this film rather sooner than later. But yeah, overall, this was the first book my first book for science fiction. So once I had read this, I was like, okay, this is something that I can get with. So that is The Martian. Good book. The next book I have for you guys is Old Man's War. And I'm going to say all of these are good books because obviously I read them. And I don't think I'm going to talk about them if I don't like them, or early on. But I really liked Old Man's War. It was published in, what, 2005? I like the concept. This book differs different from The Martian in a sense of this is a book that I would say world building and things like that. And even though I'm still got to get better with how I articulate what I want to say, but when it comes to science fiction, but this gives, you know, it's like intergalactic, you know, aliens, is outer space. So I liked it for a science fiction book, but in the first sentence, I was drawn in. So I'll read it for you guys. The very first sentence of the book. I did 2 things on my 75th birthday. I visited my wife's grave, then I joined the army. I think you would be drawn into. That's all it took. Basically, you had me at hello. That is all it took to get me to read this book. And as the book progressed, I really liked how you start to feel for certain characters. So basically, character development. I like, so yeah, I don't want to I don't want to say too much about the book. Basically, off that first sentence, I believe that should draw you in, because you should definitely ask, why does a 75-year-old want to join the army? So I believe I will leave it at that. But Old Man's War, great book, great book. And now, so the next book I have for you guys, Recursion by Blake Crouch. I was conflicted with this being my most favorite science fiction book up to date, but I think it's my second favorite. But this is a good book. I would say, I would almost categorize this as a love story, but you know, however you will. But this is another one of those books where I pay attention to, you know, world building. Ever since I saw that in somebody's review as a science fiction, you know, that's what I look for sometimes in books as well. But Recursion is a book that says it's about like reality being broken. So, you know, the objective is, man, I don't want to give away the book, but I'm trying to find the right words how to tell you guys without, you know, spoiling things. But you have basically 2 people trying to save the world from the past and the future. So they jump back and forth, trying to, you know, stop certain things from happening. So, but this is a book that basically put me onto Blake Crouch. So of course, I read your book, I'm going to look at the author and I'm going to see what his work is. So this is one of them, Recursion, and I plan to read a few more books from Blake Crouch. But overall, this probably is my second favorite science fiction book to date. As of today, it's got to be my second favorite. Yeah, great book. This is the same author who wrote Dark Matter, another great science fiction book that I will read. But yeah, Recursion. And for the last but not least, because this is my favorite book up to date for science fiction, we have Ready Player One. And to be honest, when I read the description, I did not think I would like this book as much as I like this book. I was interested in the book, but I didn't think I would like it as much as I currently do. And so you have a young man, I think his name is Wade. So it's more so, this is a real life kid, but you know, everything is virtual. So he's like he plays games all day, he's on the internet all day. And so you have your virtual, you know, he's basically living virtually in a way, like that's all he does. So he has his friends, and so how the book is Ready Player One is, so I'm sorry guys, from the beginning, you have a rich, wealthy man, famous man. He dies, but he leaves wealth, like billions of dollars. I forget the exact amount, but he leaves a game. And you have to figure it out, basically. Like, so everybody, he leaves his wealth and then he leaves like basically guidelines on how to win the game. Like, and then it's a game that everybody's going to play to eventually try to get this money. But what you find out is that there are people who are willing to go to great lengths to win this game. And so, you know, at some point Wade's life is in danger, and then he works to, you know, overcome all of that. And so I really did like this book. There is a second book. There's a sequel to this. I believe it's called Ready Player 2 by Ernest Cline. Don't quote me. I got to look it up. I should have looked up before I did this video, but I will most definitely read the second book to this. But you have the you know, character building, world building. I just give this book for real a 10 for 10. I'm glad I came across this book on Goodreads. But that is it for my science fiction introductory video. And like I said, I found I go to Goodreads to, you know, for recommendations and stuff, but I found all of these books on Goodreads, and I am a Goodread disciple. You guys should actually follow me on Goodreads and continue to like, comment, and subscribe on this YouTube channel. But again, I thank you guys for whether you stumbled across, came across, searched, anything. Whether you did that with my video, I appreciate it. Yeah, I will see you guys next time. Thanks.